let's figure out now how one evaluates functions. What does that even mean? What does it mean to evaluate functions? For instance, if you have f of x equals 1 over square root of x plus 1, then you're asked to figure out what is f of 3. Now, this little notation basically means, look at the formula. This formula is with respect to x. If I say f of 3, that really means go to the formula over here. As a matter of fact, this is the part that you're really interested in. And substitute x with 3. Do the math, and something will come out. So let's go ahead and do that. We see f of 3. We take this formula. And instead of x, I'm going to put 3 in its place and do the computations. Well, 3 plus 1 gives you 4. So this is 1 over square root of 4. So that's 1/2. All right, so f of 3 is equal to 1/2. Similarly, what's f of 0? Again, look at the formula. Replace x with 0. So 1 over square root of 0 plus 1, which gives you 1 over square root of 1, which is, of course, equal to 1. Confusion starts when I'm asking you to find f of a. And people, when hear that, they say, so do I need to figure out what a is? Do I need to find a number? The answer is no. No, you don't need to figure out what a is. This is not an equation. What this is basically take the formula as you see it over here, 1 over square root of x plus 1, and just replace x with a. So we'll get a different algebraic expression that doesn't have x anymore, but has a instead. So f of a basically means, go to the formula, and just like here we replaced 3, you will replace in a. So the answer is just this, 1 over square root of a plus 1. Okay? It's another algebraic expression. It kind of looks at the formula that we started off with, but it has a instead of x. Also, what do you do when you see x and something else inside f? Again, basically this means take whatever you see in here, the x plus h, and replace it into the formula. So you forget about the f for a second, you focus on the right-hand side. And here you would normally put x. Now you're going to put x plus h, the whole thing. If it helps, put it in a parentheses. And again, you're not supposed to calculate x, or you're not supposed to find y or h or whatever it is. You're just assumed to replace x with x plus h. The only thing you can do is drop this parentheses, and that is it. That algebraic expression is f of x plus h. Now, what if I gave you f of a squared minus 1? The idea is the same. I'm going to go to my formula, the right-hand side. And instead of x that would go over there, I'm going to put a squared minus 1, and then add the 1 of the formula. What happens now is it's a squared minus 1 plus 1. The minus 1 and the plus 1 cancels out. What you're left with is 1 over square root of a squared. Right? And this one gives you 1 over absolute value of a. Right? Once again, I'm not asked to find a value for a. I'm not asked to say that a is 3 or 4 or 6. I'm just asked to replace a squared minus 1 into my function, into this right-hand side of the function. Finally, let's compute a plus h minus 1, because inside here I could put whatever argument I want. The answer is, of course, a plus h minus 1, because that was x, and then plus 1 because that comes from the formula. All right? Now the minus 1 and the plus 1 cancel out. And what you're left with is 1 over square root of a plus h. Okay, so be very careful of what it means to evaluate a function. What you really need to do is replace x with whatever we put inside the parentheses. If that gives you a number, fine. If that gives you a whole expression, that's also fine. Okay, don't be confused.